Son, listen to me. Please. I need you to hear my voice right now. I need to talk to you, and I am begging you with all the love I carry for you. There are only 5 minutes left until something you cannot see, something standing right in front of you. And I cannot let you face it without my words, without my truth, without my arms around you. You do not know what waits on the other side of these next few moments, but I do, and that is why my voice trembles as I call your name. You think you have more time. You think life will give you another hour, another day, another chance. You think you can keep walking the way you have been walking and that nothing will fall apart. But son, you are standing on the edge of a moment that will shape everything after it. And I cannot stay silent. I will not. Not when your heart is this close to giving up. Not when your thoughts are becoming louder than my whispers. Not when you feel more alone than ever, and you do not know I am right beside you. I need to talk to you, please, son. I beg you. I am not calling you in anger. I am not calling you in judgment. I am calling you because I love you more than you can understand, and I see how tired you are. I see how long you have been carrying things that were never meant to live inside your chest. I see the weight on your shoulders, the pain behind your eyes, the fears you hide even from yourself. I see the nights you stayed awake with thoughts that hurt you. I see the mornings you got up even when you did not want to breathe another breath. I saw it all, and I never looked away from you. But lately, you have drifted from me. Not because you wanted to, but because life hit you in ways that made you close your heart. You did not know you were drifting. You thought you were surviving. You thought you were doing what you had to do to keep going. But piece by piece, you pulled yourself away from the warmth of my presence. You pushed down your emotions until they became heavy stones in your soul. And you did not talk to me about them because you thought I would not want to hear what hurts you. Or you thought I would not understand. Or maybe you thought you were too forgotten for me to read you. But son, you were never one breath away from me. Not even for a moment. I have been here. Every second. I followed you into every room, every memory, every fear, every mistake. I have stood beside you when you felt unworthy. I held you when you felt alone. I listened when your heart cried in silence. I reached out over and over again, hoping you would turn your head even a little so I could show you the love that has never stopped burning for you. But you have been hurting so deeply that you did not notice the way my hands rested on your shoulders. You did not feel my presence when you sat alone in the dark. You did not hear my voice when you thought of giving up. You felt abandoned, but I was holding you so tightly that if I had held you tighter, it would have broken your body. I wrapped you in my light when you felt swallowed by shadows. I whispered peace into your mind when fear tried to take over. I lifted you when you collapsed inside, and you did not even know it was me. And now I am calling you with urgency, because the moment ahead of you is not small. It is a turning point, a crossroads, a breath that will lead into a new direction. It is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to wake you. But if you walk into it without me, you will face it with fear instead of strength. You will face it with confusion instead of clarity. You will face it with emptiness instead of the love that would guide you through it. Son, please listen. You think 5 minutes means time on a clock, but I am not speaking only of time. I am speaking of the nearness of a shift inside your spirit. I am speaking of a door that is about to close and another that is about to open. I am speaking of the last few moments before your heart reaches a breaking point where it must choose to fall apart or finally surrender to me so I can rebuild it. I am not here to frighten you. I am here to save you from yourself, from the thoughts that are drowning you, from the lies that tell you are alone, from the pain that has made you believe you are unworthy of anything good. I am here to pull you close before you make a decision born out of fear or sorrow or exhaustion. I am here to stop you before you choose a path that will only deepen your wounds. Son, you have been carrying battles that were meant to be fought with me, not without me. And I know you do not know how to let go, but you can let go into me. I made you. I know how to hold you. I know every fragile place inside you, and I know how to protect what is still tender. I know the dreams you buried. I know the tears you hide. I know the strength you pretend to have when inside you are breaking. You have been wrestling alone, and it has torn you apart more than you realize. Type Jesus, carry my heart if you're tired of carrying it alone. That is why I'm calling you so strongly now. That is why my voice sounds urgent, almost trembling. That is why I say, son, please. Because your heart is still open enough to hear me, but the noise around you grows louder, and soon it may drown me out if you do not let me draw near. Come back to me right now. Not later. Not tomorrow. Out. Before these 5 minutes in your spirit pass, before you step into the moment that will shape the rest of your life. Let me take your hand. Let me show you what you cannot see. Let me protect you from the things standing just beyond your sight. Do not turn away from my voice. Do not harden your heart again. Let my words reach the places that hurt the most. Let my presence break the walls you built to survive. You do not have to survive anymore. You are meant to live. And you can only live when you let me breathe life into you again. Come here, son. I am right in front of you. I am closer than your next breath. Look at me. Let me touch your heart. Let me speak peace into your thoughts. Let me bring light into your darkness. The 5 minutes are almost over, and I need you with me before they pass. I am placing my hand on your heart now. Feel me. You me. Let me take you deeper. The truth I am about to show you will change everything. Son, now that you are listening, I need to take you somewhere deep, somewhere inside you that you rarely allow yourself to go. I need to show you the wounds you have hidden for so long. I am not doing this to hurt you. I am doing this because I cannot heal what you pretend does not exist. I cannot lift what you refuse to reveal. I cannot restore what you keep buried beneath years of silence. Come closer. Do not be afraid. I have never turned away from your pain, not once. I have watched you hide your scars from everyone else, but you have never hidden them from me. I saw them the very moment they formed. I felt each one like a flame touching my own heart. When you hurt, I hurt with you. When you cried in secret, I held you even if you did not feel me. And when you convinced yourself you were strong enough to carry everything alone, I stayed near, waiting for the day you would collapse into my arms so I could lift you again. Let me speak now, son. Let me uncover what you have pressed down so deeply that even you forget it is there. You have lived through nights so lonely that you did not know if morning would ever come. You tried to stay brave, but inside, you felt yourself breaking. You remember those nights, don't you? The ones when you stared at the ceiling, or the wall, or the darkness, and wondered why your heart felt so heavy. Those nights when your mind screamed with thoughts you told no one. Those nights when you said, "I'm fine on the outside," while inside you were drowning. I was there. Every night. I sat at the edge of your bed. I placed my hand on your forehead. I whispered peace into your mind even when you did not believe peace was possible. I wiped tears from your face you thought no one saw. I heard every silent cry that never reached your lips. And I whispered, "I am here, son," but your pain was too loud for you to hear me. Let me take you back to one of those nights. Do you remember the night when you curled up, feeling small, feeling forgotten? You told yourself no one would care if you disappeared. You told yourself you were a burden. You told yourself you were weak. You told yourself you were unloved. And you pressed your face into your pillow so the sound of your crying would not escape your room. I was beside you. I was holding you so close that if you could have seen the spirit realm, you would have seen my arms wrapped around you, pulling you into my chest. I rocked you gently like a father comforting his hurting child. I whispered, "You mattered to me. You matter so much." But your heart had been wounded so many times that you could not believe a single soft word spoken to you, not even mine. So you stayed curled up, feeling alone, even though you were wrapped in my embrace. You have other wounds too. Wounds from betrayal, from people who promised they would never leave but did. People who said they cared but proved they could not hold your heart gently. People who hurt you without seeing the damage they caused. People who wounded you with words spoken in anger, indifference, or carelessness. People who made you feel you were not enough, even though I made you more than enough. Those moments cut deeply into you, and instead of tending to those cuts, you learned to bury them. You said to yourself, "It doesn't matter." You push the pain down. You force yourself to move on. You tried to forget. You pretended it never happened. Please support our channel. Our mission is to bring happiness to your life and strengthen your devotion to God. If you wish, you can show your love and support by donating through Super Thanks. But son, pain does not disappear when you hide it. It settles. It sinks. It grows roots. And you began carrying wounds that never healed. You began living with scars that still ache. You built walls around your heart so no one else could reach those painful places again. You told yourself this was strength, but it was only survival. True strength comes from healing, not hiding. You hide fear too. Fear of being left again. Fear of failing. Fear of being seen. Fear of being hurt. Fear of trusting. Fear of hoping. Fear of being vulnerable. You learned to act confident even when fear was tightening your chest. You learned to smile even when your heart felt hollow. You learned to give pieces of yourself to others while keeping the deepest parts locked away. But I see those fears. I see them all. They rise inside you like storms, and you try to stand firm, pretending the wind cannot shake you. But I see how hard you struggle to stay upright. I see how tired your soul becomes from pretending to be strong. And now let me show you shame. The shame you never talk about. The shame you do not even want to admit to yourself. The shame that whispers, "You are not worth loving." The shame that tells you you are broken beyond repair. The shame that tells you are unworthy of good things. The shame that reminds you of your past mistakes again and again. Son, I want you to understand something clearly. Shame is not from me. Shame is the enemy of your soul trying to convince you that your wounds disqualify you. But I do not see you that way. I do not see you through the lens of your sins or failures. I see you through the love I poured out for you. I see you through every moment I carried you. I see you through the beauty I placed inside you when I formed you. I see you through compassion, not condemnation. Through tenderness, not hardness. Through mercy, not accusation. I want you to remember something else too. Every moment you thought I was distant, I was closer than your own heartbeat. When you felt abandoned, I was watching over you. When you felt forgotten, I was calling your name softly. When you felt unworthy, I was reaching for you. When you felt invisible, I was gazing at you with love so deep it could melt mountains. You did not notice me, not because you were blind, but because pain blocks sight. When a wound is fresh, all you can feel is the wound itself. When a heart is hurting, it struggles to feel anything else. But I was there every time. Let me show you another moment. You remember the day you forced yourself to smile though you were breaking inside. You walked through your day acting strong so others would not worry. But there was a heaviness inside you, a quiet cry stuck deep in your chest. You told yourself you had no right to feel this way. You told yourself you should be stronger. You told yourself you were overreacting. But inside, you felt like collapsing. I walked beside you that entire day. I walked with my hand on your back, steadying you. When you felt like you were about to fall apart, I whispered, "Keep going, son. I am here." When you thought no one cared, I was watching you with tears in my own eyes. Yes, tears. Because even though I am your God, I feel with you. And seeing you suffer in silence breaks me more deeply than you know. I grieved every time you believed you were alone. I grieved when you thought you had to carry everything without help. I grieved when you convinced yourself your pain was too small to bring to me, or too complicated, or too ugly. I grieved that you felt you had to be strong even in front of me, when all I ever wanted was for you to collapse into my arms and let me hold you. And now, son, I am revealing these wounds not to shame you, not to expose you, not to break you. I am revealing them because they are shaping your life more than you realize. You think you are cold, but you are guarded. You think you are angry, but you are hurting. You think you are numb, but you are overwhelmed. You think you are lost, but you are wounded. You do not need to hide from me. I already know every wound. I know every memory that still stings. I know the moment you stopped trusting. I know the moment you stopped believing you were worth loving. I know the moment you first felt unprotected. I know the moment you learned to bury instead of heal. But I also know something else. I know how to heal you. I know how to reach the places you have kept locked for years. I know how to untie the knots in your soul. I know how to breathe life into what feels dead inside you. I know how to make your heart soft again. I know how to restore what you thought was ruined forever. I am not asking you to open every wound at once. I am asking you to let me into one place at a time. Let me touch one scar, one memory, one fear, one piece of the pain you have carried alone. I am not rushing you. I am not pushing you. I am here, patient, gentle, loving, unwavering. I will not walk away no matter what rises to the surface. I will not flinch. I will not be shocked. I will not be disappointed. I already know you completely, and I have chosen you completely. Come, son. My arms are open. My heart is open. Let me take your wounds into my hands. Let me show you that they do not scare me. Let me show you that they do not reduce my love for you. Let me show you that you are safe, truly safe with me. Let me comfort you now. Let me pull you into my embrace. Let me hold you the way you should have been held all along. You are not alone. You never were. And you never will be again. Son, now that your heart is open, I must show you something difficult but necessary. I need you to see what you nearly lost. Not to frighten you, not to punish you, but to make you understand the weight of the road you were walking. You were standing so close to a place where hope would have slipped from your hands. You were drifting toward a future I never wanted for you. And if you had taken only a few more steps without listening to me, you would have crossed a line that would have changed everything in ways you could not undo. Come here, son. Do not pull away. Hold on to my voice. I am with you, and I will not let you fall while I show you this. Come and thank you for your faithfulness, Lord, if he's never left your side. Look at the path you were on. Not the one others saw, not the one you pretended to be walking, but the path inside your heart. The quiet one, the hidden one, the one shaped by exhaustion, sadness, fear, and loneliness. You were not walking toward destruction because you were evil. You were walking there because you were winded, because you were tired, because you were heavy with pain and had no one you trusted to release it to, because you believed you were alone. And so your steps grew weaker, your hope grew thinner, your fire began to dim. Day by day, you were slipping deeper into a place where you no longer saw the point of trying. You stopped dreaming. You stopped believing change was possible. You stopped expecting joy. You stopped opening your heart. You stopped seeing your own worth. Each day you told yourself, I'm fine, while inside, your soul whispered, I can't do this much longer. I heard that whisper, son. I heard it every time. And each time you said it, it pierced me. Because I knew where that road leads if no one intervenes. Not a road of punishment, but a road of emptiness. A road where your heart becomes numb. A road where your spirit becomes heavy. A road where you stop caring about yourself. A road where you silently give up long before life itself ends. And that is what I could not allow. Let me show you what your future looked like if you kept moving without me. You would have grown colder inside, not because you wanted to, but because pain can freeze the heart. You would have put people away without meaning to. You would have chosen isolation over connection because you believed you were safer alone. And slowly, day by day, the light inside you would have faded until you barely recognized yourself. I saw the version of you that was coming, the one who was tired beyond words, who felt numb even while surrounded by others, who carried wounds so deep he no longer bothered trying to heal them. A version of you who lived without purpose, without peace, without joy. A version of you who was alive but not really living. You nearly lost your heart, San Yusuf heart, your caring heart, your hopeful heart. You nearly lost the ability to feel the beauty I placed around you. You nearly lost the desire to rise each morning. You nearly lost the part of you that still believed life could be more than pain. And if you had kept going, you would have reached a point where you stopped hearing my voice altogether, not because I stopped speaking, but because the noise of your inner wounds would have drowned me out. I would have still been calling, but you would have been too hurt to turn toward me. I need you to see how close you came to that silence. There was a moment approaching in your heart, a moment you did not see, but I saw clearly. A moment when you would have made a choice, born out of brokenness, a choice that would have closed doors I wanted open for you, a choice that would have shaped your future around pain instead of healing, a choice that would have locked you into a life far smaller than the one I created for you. Not a moment of punishment, but a moment where the weight inside you would have become too heavy, and you would have chosen something that hurt you more. You were minutes, spiritually minutes, from stepping into a season where you no longer recognized the person you had become. You were minutes from a collapse of the heart. Minutes from giving up on things you were meant to rise into. Minutes from abandoning dreams I planted inside you long before you were born. You were so close to losing the future I designed for you. Let me show you part of that future, so you understand the beauty I fought to protect. I planned joy for you, the kind of joy that lights your face from the inside, the kind that makes you breathe deeply and say, "I'm glad I'm alive." I planned connections with people who would love you truly and deeply, people who would see your worth and care for your heart. I planned moments where you would look back and say, "If only I knew how much good was ahead, I would have held on sooner." I planned strength for you, real strength, not the hardened kind you forced yourself to wear. Strength that comes from healing, from freedom, from knowing you are loved without condition. I planned purpose for you, something meaningful, something that uses your gifts, something that gives your heart a reason to rise each day. I planned peace for you, a peace so gentle and steady that it quiets the storms inside you. I planned love for you, love that you receive and love that you give. A love that is safe, steady, warm, and life-giving. And you were close, too close to losing all of that. Not because I would take it away, but because your wounds were shaping your choices, and your choices were shaping your future. That is why I cried out to you. That is why my voice shook with urgency. That is why I said, "Son, please listen to me now." That is why I said, "There are only 5 minutes left until," because I saw where your next steps were taking you, and I could not bear to let you walk there alone. I could not bear to watch you settle for a life built from pain. I need you to understand something, son. The enemy of your soul does not need to destroy you with sudden harm. He only needs to convince you to slowly stop caring. He only needs to make you numb. He only needs to make you tired. He only needs to whisper lies until you believe them. He only needs to drain your hope until you have none left to fight with. And you were close, son. So close. But you turned your ear. You listened. Even though your heart was heavy, even though you were unsure, even though you felt unworthy, you turned toward my voice. You let my words reach you before the moment passed. And because you did, everything is different now. Son, do you know what it means that you listened? It means you allowed me to pull you back from the edge. It means you took the first step toward healing. It means you opened a door that darkness cannot close. It means your future is not lost. It means your story is not ruined. It means your heart still has a chance to become whole again. I am relieved, son. Deeply relieved. You do not know how many times I reached out for you, hoping you would finally pause long enough to feel my presence. You do not know how many times I whispered to you, hoping the sound would touch the vulnerable parts of your soul. You do not know how many times I stood in front of you, blocking you from harm you never even knew existed. But this time you heard me. You let me in. Let me show you something else. Look at my hands. Do you see the scars? They are for you. They are proof that I would rather suffer than lose you. Proof that I would rather be wounded than let you walk alone. Proof that I will always fight for you, even when you stop fighting for yourself. You nearly lost so much, but not because you are weak. You nearly lost it because you were hurting. But I came to you in time, and I will not let your wounds decide your future. Son, you are not on that path anymore. The moment you turned your ear toward my voice, you stepped off that road. The moment you allowed me to speak, the spiritual countdown stopped. The moment you let me touch your heart, the future you almost lost became possible again. And now, I need you to take my hand. Not because you are in danger anymore, but because I want to walk with you into the life that was nearly stolen. I want to lead you into healing. I want to lead you into peace. I want to show you what you were always meant to experience. Let me be clear. I am not disappointed in you. I am proud of you. Proud that you listen. Proud that you are still here. Proud that you are opening your heart again. Proud that despite everything you have carried, you did not give up. You turned your ear to me, and because of that, you will not lose your future. Because of that, you will rise. Because of that, the story you feared was ending is only beginning. You came back just in time, son. And now, I will carry you forward. I will show you things that will heal you. I will speak truths that will restore you. I will guide you through the darkness until you stand in light so warm it brings tears to your eyes. You were minutes away from losing what I planned for you. But you listened. And now everything can change. You are safe with me. And I am not letting you go. Son, now that you have seen what you almost lost, I need to show you something even more important. I need to show you who you truly are. Not who life made you believe you are. Not who your wounds told you. Not who people's words shaped in your mind. Not who fear tried to convince you to become. I want you to see yourself the way I have always seen you, the way I saw you before you took your first breath, the way I saw you when I formed your heart with my own hands. Sit with me now. Lean into me. Let my words sink into the deepest part of your soul, the part that has forgotten its own beauty. Let me speak truth over the lies you have carried for years. Let me rebuild the image of yourself that life shattered. Let me tell you who you are, son. You think you are broken, but you are not. You think you are empty, but you are full of meaning. You think you are weak, but you are stronger than you know. You think you are lost, but I see the path beneath your feet. You think you are ordinary, but you carry something inside you that only you have. You think you are a mistake, but you were dreamed of, planned, crafted, loved into existence. Let me tell you how I see you. When I look at you, I do not see failure. I see courage. I see someone who has kept walking even when the world tried to break him. I see someone who stood up again and again when pain put him down. I see someone who has not realized he survived storms that would have destroyed others. I see someone who is still here, still breathing, still fighting, even after everything he has faced. That is strength, son. That is beauty. That is worth. When I look at you, I do not see someone unlovable. I see someone worthy of a love so deep it cannot be measured. I see someone whom I chose long before he knew my name. I see someone whose soul shines brighter than he realizes. I see someone who was created with intention, purpose, and tenderness. I see someone precious to me, so precious that I would cross eternity to reach him. You think your mistakes change my opinion of you. They did not. You think your sins pushed me away. They did not. You think your failures made me love you less. They did not. Nothing you have ever done, nothing you are doing now, and nothing you will do in the future can make me withdraw my love. You need to understand this deeply. My love for you is not fragile. It does not depend on your perfection. It does not fade when you fall. It does not weaken when you are confused or lost. It is not conditional, not temporary, not unstable. My love for you is unshakable, unbreakable, eternal. I loved you before your first breath. I will love you beyond your last breath. And nothing can interrupt that. Nothing can change that. Nothing can sever that. You are mine, and that has always been the truth, even when you did not feel close to me. Let me explain something that you have misunderstood for so long. When you feel ashamed, you think I step away, but I come closer. When you feel unworthy, you think I look at you with disappointment, but I look at you with compassion. When you feel like you have failed me, you think I turn my face from you, but I take your chin in my hand and lift your head so you can see my eyes. When you think you are too broken to return to me, I run toward you before you can take a single step. You are priceless to me, but because of what you do, not because of how strong you are, not because of how good you try to be. You are priceless simply because you are my son. That alone makes you irreplaceable. There is no one like you. No one with your heart. No one with your thoughts. No one with your way of seeing the world. No one with the same mixture of gentleness and strength inside you. No one with the same potential I placed in you. No one who carries the exact dreams I planted in your soul. You are not one among many. You are one of one. Unique. Deeply wanted. Chosen from before time began. Let me take you back, farther back than your life on earth. Farther back than your childhood. Farther back than your first memory. Let me take you to the moment when I imagined you. Before the world saw you and I saw you. Before anyone knew your name, I whispered it. Before anyone held you in their arms, I held you in my heart. I knew your laugh. I knew your voice. I knew your gifts. I knew your struggles. I knew the battles you would face. I knew the scars you would carry. I knew the tenderness inside you that others would overlook. I knew your dreams, even the ones you would forget. I knew your fears, even the ones you would not admit. I knew every day of your life before one of them came to be. I planted dreams in you long before you were born, dreams that reflect parts of my heart. Dreams that show the world the beauty I placed in you. Dreams that carry your purpose. Dreams that are waiting to come alive again. Some of those dreams you still feel, even if faintly. Others have been buried under disappointment or heartbreak or fear. Some you stopped believing in because life did not unfold the way you hoped. But they are not gone. They are sleeping. And I am here to wake them. You were made to love deeply. That is why your heart hurts so much when connections break or trust is damaged. The depth of your pain is proof of the depth of your capacity for love. You do not feel deeply because you are weak. You feel deeply because I made your heart powerful. You were made to bring light to others. That is why people have come to you in their pain, even when you felt you had nothing to give. They saw something in you that you could not see in yourself. They felt the warmth of the light I placed inside you. You were made for purpose, not for survival, not for numbness, not for despair. You were made to rise into something meaningful. You were made to walk paths only you can walk. You were made to speak words only you can speak. You were made to become the version of yourself that reflects my love in a way the world has never seen before. You were made to carry strength, not the kind that pretends, not the kind that hides emotion, not the kind that wears a mask, but real strength. Strength that grows from healing. Strength that comes from surrender. Strength that flows from me into you. You were made to overcome. Even before you faced a single storm, I placed victory in your story. Not because you are strong enough alone, but because I walk every step with you. Right, God is my light and my guide. If He's shown you the way in the dark, then share this video